simple and easy to use. So I use it in my teacher ed classes so that they can then use it with their students in the elementary setting.
Mm-hmm.
And from a teacher's perspective, it's so easy to fit. What's that?
Is that just like a free account? And the students all sign up and the teacher?
It's totally free. You create your teacher thing free, and then you get like a passcode that you send to your students. And if they enter KidBlog with that passcode, whatever blog they create automatically gets linked up in your page. Mm-hmm. I've done it a couple different ways, and KidBlog is super easy to manage, but the problem is it's a closed space. So the audience, school districts like it better because the audience is a closed audience. It's only the students in the classroom, and you have control over like comments and all of that. Yeah. In terms of authenticity, if you want them to be publishing for a wider sphere, it's really nice to be able to have them use something like Blogger. But my experience is that a lot of school districts aren't open to that, and it's also there's so many features that it can be a little bit overwhelming depending on the age and the tech confidence of your kids. Right.
Well, thank you for sharing. I hadn't heard of KidBlog.
Yeah, Kate, you're doing second grade, so that probably is.
Yeah.
Let me interrupt just a second to tell you that I'm recording this. Is that okay with everyone?
Mm-hmm. Yep.
I want to be able to share it. Some people are not able to tune in with us today, and I wanted to be able to share our conversation with them. Nice, Jessica.
Yeah, it's very nice.
Did you get that in France? Hi, Sarah. Is Sarah still in the room, or did she get knocked out or something?
No, I don't know how to remove them. Oh, here we go.
So what else? Is anyone else planning on doing something with social media, blogging, or Twitter, or anything in your teaching?
I think my class would really lend itself to kind of a group blog. I'm doing 243 this coming semester, which is the literature, identity, and mass media class that Melissa Landa designed. And I would love to hear people's ideas about how, particularly from Sarah, who has taught the class. I was just saying, Sarah, how I'm teaching 243 this fall, and thought that a collective blog might be a cool alternative to the reading response assignments. So I'm just wondering if any of you guys have done group blogging before. I've required that my students create individual blogs, but I've never done a group blog. So I'm wondering how to facilitate conversations online that way. If anybody has any tips.
Jessica's expert in that, I think.
I'm wondering what you mean by group blog. Like, do you mean that you want them to all be cataloged in one space and be able to easily access each other's writings, that they all kind of get posted in the same space? Or are you meaning that they like share an account and all kind of publish on the same page?
Well, I guess, I don't know. What I'm looking for and have been looking for pretty much since the beginning of my teaching is a way for people to carry on a conversation outside of the classroom. So I've tried to require that everyone have their own blog, and I put them all together on a Delicious site, and everyone could then access each other's blogs via the Delicious site. Mm-hmm. You know, I encouraged them to comment. I didn't require them to comment on each other's. It wasn't particularly conducive to dialogue. So I'd be interested in trying something else. What do you think?
I'm not sure what Canvas will have available.
Yeah.
But you may want to try that. I've enjoyed.
The discussion board features on Canvas are actually really nice for discussion. It's a lot more dynamic than what it was before. It's like you can follow threads a lot easier, post answers. It's much more fun.
Right.
My experience with the blogging is that there's a lot of, if you create like a quote-unquote group blog, like if you have kid blog and they're all on the main page, what you have is a lot of viewership. like the research that I've done says that they view each other's a lot, but it's really tricky to encourage them to comment and do so. And then have, like, when you say something like dialogue, the comment threads are usually, you know, maybe like 2 or 3, 4 lines long, but not anything further than that.
Yeah. I found that having people have conversations, I agree that the discussion boards in Canvas are much better than Blackboard. But it's so much, it's like, it seems like it's not higher stakes, but there's more investment when people are publishing. So when it's in Canvas, it's like, what can I type for Megan's benefit to, you know, get her to give me
a good grade?
Yeah.
Yeah. Lisa Bote does really amazing stuff in her class with Twitter feeds and creating professional learning networks using Twitter. And having them, you know, she calls it microblogging, and that I think she has a lot more success with getting them to dialogue that way. But she would be a good person to talk to. I'm not an expert in what she's done, but I know that I've heard from students that they love it, and that she really likes it and finds it very easy to manage.
Okay.
This tweet
That
chat.
might be something worthwhile.
This tweet chat that I've been in had. The CLMOOC had tweet chats occasionally, and you just tune in at the same time on Twitter and use a common hashtag, and you have a flow. It's kind of strange because somebody will be responding to something that was like 3 tweets back, but it does give a chance to get some type of interaction. Some people like that better than others. It's best if you have some links already in mind and some pre-stated questions that can kind of organize it. I thought those were a little bit better. I also liked the community that was in Google Plus, which was a way of sharing. And I'm not sure how to set up a community in Google Plus, but that was the way that this MOOC had a space in common.
What about Facebook? Like creating a Facebook page for your class. Is that done?
I think some people.
I was thinking Edmodo more because it's closed.
Right.
But Facebooking apps, the one that I've been researching, is interesting because if you have kind of an app that's or a group for a common purpose and have them link and post information that they find, we found that there's some real interesting discussions that get brought in using that kind of social media platform. It's a possibility. I've seen Edmodo, and that's got more of a Facebook type platform than a blog.
But that's like for K-12 settings, right?
I think you can do it. I think they did the Fulbright fellows did an Edmodo.
Oh, really?
I think someone presented on it last year. I'm thinking about doing that for my reading development students rather than blogging as just kind of a way to guide them into developing their own professional learning networks based off of whatever profession they're deciding to go into.
Can you say more about what Edmodo is?
I think it's, I've signed up, I've never really, but it's very similar to Facebook, but a teacher can create a class with their students in like a Facebook page set up, you can decide who's in that class, and then you can kind of curate what the content goes in, and then you add pictures and articles and stuff and hyperlinks, all that, and then people can that's similar to Facebook, what Facebook does.
Okay.
It looks just like Facebook.
Mm-hmm.
It looks like the blue, everything, the layout is almost exactly like it. So.
Has anyone ever had like a student tutor? I was just thinking, well, is there an instant chat application that teachers ever use where students can chat with each other? Like, do they use Google or? Because I was just thinking it'd be interesting if if students signed up for like a slot of time, and if students had questions on their homework, it'd be almost like the student was on call, and they could know that they could go and chat with whatever student was on call at that moment, like with questions about the assignment. I don't know. Has anyone ever done anything like that?
I know Beth has mentioned that that's some of what happened with her, whatever page that she set up, that she found that some of the students would decide to meet up online at a certain time and do that, like peer tutoring.
So it kind of just happened naturally.
Yeah, and I think it occurred kind of organically without her kind of having to find that.
And that was through Edmodo? Is that what she was using?
I'd have to, I think it's whatever blog, it was through a blog that she had set up for students. I'm just not sure what, I think it was kids' blogs, but
You're talking about Beth Singleton, Thor?
Yes, Beth
So-
Singleton.
So she's in our group. She's not in the room right now, but we'll have to ask her that, Thor, and share that.
I've used Wimba Classroom, I think is what it's called, for synchronous chatting with my students, like on snow days. I did it a couple times in 466 in the fall, and it was awesome. It worked out so great. There were people were, I would say, like even overly communicative, because it was just like this total chaos of people going off about what we were talking about. So it has to be very facilitated, and the numbers have to be very limited, which is definitely possible if you like assign student facilitators maybe, or if you have a TA, have that luxury. But I definitely need to work with it more, but I would definitely recommend it. That was through Blackboard though, so I don't know if Canvas offers a similar tool, but I guess you don't have access to, do you have access to Canvas anymore, Kate?
I believe I do, but I wonder how long it takes for your UID to expire. I'm not sure.
You might, I don't know what Fairfax County has. The school we visited in Washington County belongs to a learning management system called My Big Campus, and it has spaces that are similar to that can be used. So, check out what Fairfax is using. I would expect they have something. They're pretty high rated.
Yeah, I'm sure I'll learn on the 19th. That's when all the brand new teachers go back for the teacher prep, and so I'm sure I'll get really comfortable with all of that soon.
Something else that I'm going to try to do more of this year is some version of blended learning with assignments to view videos in advance of class so that there can be class time for more discussion.
What was the program you said?
It's just called blended learning, or that's what's the
flipping? Classroom flipping?
Yeah, flipped classroom. That's what I was trying to say. And I was talking to Michelle Stotz Alcozer, is that her name now? And she said that her high school is doing flipped classroom. I don't know how they're doing it, but they are expecting the kids to view videotaped material on their own, sort of a homework kind of thing. So it's another thing, another application of what we're about, what I think National Writing Project has been real active in trying to encourage us to learn how to do. So let me just again say what I'm hoping happens out of this little adventure, that whatever these things that you're considering, and it might be that you're not going to be doing any of those actively with your students. It might be that you're practicing your own publication in social media, writing your own blog and getting feedback from some of us, and just the experience of that would be brought in, or how to use Twitter as a way of synthesizing information into a short number of words, or finding the most compelling line from a poem, but something that will um, capitalize on the motivational capacity of digital media, social media, um, to promote student learning and particularly composing. And I use that term pretty widely. It can be photography, it can be dance, it could be Sarah Morris's movement, it's all composing. And to write about it in your blog, and then talk about how these things are progressing. And Kate, if you meet some resistance to doing what your ideas are, to write about that. And somebody will say, "Well, I tried this," or "Good luck next time." What else is happening? Sarah, tell us about your plans for where is you are out in Blacksburg or someplace out in the hills of Southern Virginia.
Yeah, I'm in Blacksburg as of yesterday. So I got to see my office today, which is painted purple. Kind of exciting. And it looks like I am the English ed person. So I'm kind of like the Peggy of Virginia Tech. So I'm feeling a little lonely because I'm the only one. But I'm looking at last year's syllabi, and since it's right now just a one-year placement, I'm kind of going from what has been done rather than trying to pioneer anything new. But they do lots of technology, electronic portfolios. Every teacher ed candidate does one. And I have a cohort of 6 right now. So it gives me an opportunity to work really closely with them. So it's exciting.
Do you keep a blog, Sybil?
Do I keep a blog?
Yeah.
I did, but I just opened it up today as part of this, and I posted the link on the Google Doc, but I haven't written anything since 2008. So I'm reviving it.
Oh, good. Well, I'd love to see what happens for you, so
Thanks.
start getting back into it so we can read about it.
That's the goal.
I'm looking forward to Rebecca's blog too.
Mm-hmm. Yes, well, it'll be started from scratch, so you guys get to see it from its inception.
And if you want, if anybody wants suggestions about what space to develop your blog in, or ask Thor. Or
I'd love to have everyone's suggestions for where to start.
I've done EduBlogger and Blogger, and I think Blogger through Google is easier. The other one, EduBlogger, uses the WordPress kind of format, and it's a little more daunting, and people that are more familiar with that, or tech savvy, would like it. But if you want easy, I would go with Blogger.
Mm-hmm.
Right, Jessica?
I like my Blogger, and they're really doing some things to make it compatible with other things in Google, so that the hashtag you put in or some different things like that, it hits different places. And I was having a problem because I just wrote a blog about this, but some of the guys in the CLMOOC said they had made a comment on mine, and I couldn't find the comment, and so I did a revision, changed the design that it was, and now it's there, and I like my new design. So but it's just something. One of the things that people talk about in this that I really like is the term that's being used. It's iteration, and so instead of trying something and if it doesn't work, calling it failure, it's just an iteration. Just if something doesn't work, you try it again. You kind of get in that kind of a mindset, and so it gets at this whole thing of revision, what we call revision, in a much more positive way. I think that. Take a chance. Try something else. If it doesn't work, good. I'll try it again. And
that's what teaching is all about, right? That's like the fun part of doing a syllabus every year. What worked last year? What didn't work? How can I make it better?
Yeah, so, you know,
lesson planning.
put something up there in your blog, and if it doesn't work, try something else, or say, hey, how do you do this thing?
So how can we all connect? Like, how can I keep track? Do I just have to go to each of your blogs and follow you, or how, I want to make sure I kind of stay on top of what you guys put out so I can respond to it.
It's a
You
good
can
question.
do RSS feeds, right? Like go to each person's blog and get like a RSS feed, and that every time if anyone updates it, it should go up to you like browser's bookmark.
Okay.
So it would let you know if someone wrote a new post. It would let you know.
I added, you can add widgets too. Like I added a widget to my blog originally back in the day when I used to blog a lot more. And there's just a widget on the page. Like for Blogger, you can go to widgets and pick which ones you want. And they're just like special features on your blog. And this one you can just write in your email, type it in, and then it'll send you a confirmation. And then you'll get emailed. You'll get it emailed in rich text or HTML to your best email address whenever something's posted.
Okay.
I know that people use other ways to pull all the content to one place, but I am much more religious about looking at my email than I am going to other sources.
So everybody is putting their blog identifications in the shared Google Doc, and you can find that. If you don't do the RSS, you can subscribe, I think, to them. Then it will probably send it to your email too. I'm getting that from several people. But also, you know, feel free to update us in the shared Google Doc and say, hey, just put a new blog up or something.
If one of us has a Blogger account too, you can create something like another widget that has other sites that you're following, and then it'll put in there the most recent post for each one of those blogs. So you can kind of see it like a newspaper with just the title. So that might be an interesting, if one of us had that, then you could always go there and see the whole list of everybody's.
Oh. I didn't, that was kind of hard to follow. Can you say that again?
I'll try to do that. If you look at a person's blog who has the updates, then you can go to that one blog and it will tell you who's just added something. Is that what you're saying, Jessica?
Gotcha.
And I'll try to get that in mind. So I have seen that, but it's not, I don't have it in there right now. I don't think I have that widget or gidget or whatever it is.
Yeah.
These
all
are
right,
all,
I just followed yours, Jessica. I'll just have to go to everybody's and see if I can follow it.
And if you look online, Megan, like towards the right, there's like a little, on the right-hand column, there's something like favorite blogs or something. Most of them are cooking blogs. Aww.
Oh yeah, blogs that I love. Oh yeah, that's like a blog.
You see how it shows like the title of the most current blog? So if we had something like that on somebody's page, or if we all had it, then you could easily, from yours, see who's posted and who hasn't.
Oh, because the most recent one goes to the top?
Because it'll have a different title underneath it.
I see.
Hi.
Jisoo grew up.
Yeah, my goodness.
He's adorable, Thor. Hi, Jisoo.
You need to give her a hat or something in the features.
Hi. He's so cute.
So does anybody have any other questions or ideas? So good just to see all of you again.
No. Great. So what kind of timeline, like what kind of production and what kind of timeline are you envisioning, Joseph?
So you can look in that shared Google Doc, and I added a little bit to what I put in earlier. But what I would like to see is each person putting up a blog post that talks about the kinds of things we've been talking about, And I'm especially interested in if you can make any kind of attribution to what NWP or University of Maryland Writing Project may have uh, done that has supported this kind of work. Um, and I just added some of the things that we've done with the writing project. And again, I encourage you to go to the Make Bank or to the other material that's still coming out of that CLMOOC. And I have the links, I think, in that Google Doc, but I'll check if you don't see it. So yeah, to write about those things and then to reflect on what's happening in this, you know. And I think that the what we're doing is also about trying to sustain community. And you know, Sarah's nodding her head out there all by herself now. I think that I would like for us to show some community responsibility, and it can be difficult to work at the edge of consciousness. You know, my favorite phrase. And so how are you doing that? You know, so talk about that too. And we'll have at least one more of these, and possibly more. We could do them in smaller groups. Is that Sienna? I'm hearing somebody. So did that respond to your question, Megan?
I think so. There was a little distraction there, though. So basically, we're writing about how the kind of the writing project has helped inform our thinking about writing in social media, and what we're doing in our teaching today to incorporate what we've learned.
Sounds good.
Okay.
And to keep it alive, you know, so if you got an idea from this conversation, you know, something you want to try or somebody you want to follow up with, to share that.
Great. Well, I'll follow everybody's blogs, so.
That's a great start. And some of you are going to reactivate or initiate a new blog. Those are all things I like to know about. What's the experience? And also, you know, talk about what might draw you into doing some of these things. You know, if you were not in the National Writing Project's CLMOOC, what would have brought you in? Why were you not in it? And may have been there's nothing they could have done. You know, Sarah's moving from one place to another, which might not have been a time to be able to do it. But if you see some of the things that would be suggestions for how to help us know how to be more successful with engineering, strategizing, optimizing, doing even a little bit better in this 21st century learning. Share those ideas.
Okay.
Thor, our organizer, just left the room. So, and Kate, for some reason I'm seeing you in my screen right now. It reminded me that if one of your colleagues, I invited one other from your master certification cohort, but if there's somebody else that you think would be good to be in this group, you can just invite the person directly, or you probably have more contacts and know which people might want to do something. But if you can think of somebody, it'd be good to bring somebody else in out of that group you were in.
Okay. I'll probably, we have a Facebook page for our group, so do you want it to be more personalized, like I pick somebody to join, or just sort of send out a mass invite kind of thing?
You could do either one, but I'm limited as to how many people I can support financially. So we could take the first one or two, or you could be selective and say, I think this would be a good person to invite.
Okay.
Hey, that's a way we could share our blogs. Just post in the post links to them in the Writing Project Facebook page.
Yep.
Oh, I better become a member. So is it just called Writing Project? Like, what is it called?
So who?
I think Joseph has to invite you, right?
I'm not.
Or Beth does.
Beth.
I can invite. It was Beth, Maggie, and I that set it up. So I think any of us can invite you.
So will you
It's kind of hard to find me on Facebook because, like, I don't think my name is listed. So should I add you, Thor?
I think you can request an invite if you find it.
Okay.
It's UMD Writing Project, I think.
Send him an email, Kate, with however you can be found in Facebook, and he will send you an invitation. That's a good idea when you post a blog to put a update in Facebook on that organizational page.
Just to click a link to everyone's blog too.
All right, mommy.
She's growing so fast.
Oh, she really is.
Oh, it's amazing.
So, any other news or questions or ideas?
Would anyone be interested in trying out like an EduBlog with this group so we could practice it or see how it would feel to be a student? I've just never done it before, but maybe maybe something like that. We could test something out.
I definitely would.
Can you set that up, Thor? Thor, can you set that up?
Or what?
An EduBlog for this group.
You can play the teacher and we'll be the students.
Yeah, I think I can set. I think I still have an account. I deleted my old account, so I can set one up and send you guys emails.
Or what was the one that looks like Facebook? Oh, that was called EduBlog. Do you want to try that one, or what's everyone interested in trying?
I'll let you guys decide. If you, I mean, the WordPress of EduBlogger will. If you want to learn how to navigate kind of the ins and outs of blogging, that would be a good place to do it, where Blogger does it all for you.
Yeah, but for students, do you think that the Edmodo would be better? Like, who's done that one? Has everyone tried that one before? I know before.
No, I'm going to try it out with my reading development students this fall.
I think EduBlog is pretty popularly used in K-12. That might be useful for us to get familiar with.
Mm-hmm. It's just learning the dashboard that kind of is tricky.
So Thor will set that up and send you an invitation. If that sounds like a good thing to do, try it out. This isn't a requirement, so if you're happy with the blog you're using, stay with that. If you want to try EduBlog, it's a good idea. One of the things I liked about the CLMOOC was there were so many opportunities coming in that you couldn't do it all. And that can be kind of bothersome, but it's also a way to kind of decide, what do I really want to do? And so, look at the things that come by and say, all right, which one do I want? And then, then do that. And that helps us know I think it helps us identify more with the students that we're teaching, and helps us know what our own passion or interest is and what we don't like. So that's all good information. So unless somebody has something else, Thor, I think we've had a great meeting.
I have a question.
Go for it.
Is there a reason strategically why we're all going to be doing this on individual blogs as opposed to curating a blog where we could all collaboratively take turns posting and commenting on each other's all on one blog space? And if not, is it possible? I mean, maybe that doesn't make sense, but it might make sense for there to be a separate blog where we're all linked up, and that maybe pulls all of our content, attracts all of our content into a central location.
You want to try that with EduBlog? Kind of like what Kate and Megan were talking about? I can set up.
Is EduBlog like KidBlog in that it's closed, or is it?
I think you can. I think there are privacy settings where you can close it to where people can't search. It won't be. It's kind of like the private YouTube video that.
Yeah. No, I wouldn't want it to be closed, but I'm thinking for the purpose, like bang for your buck, if you had one blog that curates all of our stuff, that's like what's happening today through National Writing Project with, digital literacy, and we have
each person can have
so
a
many
page on that as well.
People posting spread out over time. What's that?
Each person can have their own page where they have like a.
Okay.
It almost looks like a wiki. Hyperlink your own little page in the blog, and so if Rebecca had a page, you can go and click on her name, and then there'd be a separate page with all her stuff. It organizes information pretty well.
I like the idea of like just having a group authored blog, and alternating. People just post as they want to.
Right.
I kind of like that idea too, to have this separate group blog, because not all of my blog posts are specifically on this.
Yeah, it's going to seem really random.
Yeah.
Yeah, my blog doesn't really make sense with this. So.
My viewership of 5 will be very confused.
I know. My parents and my grandma, I think, know what to do about it.
So does it make sense to try to do this in EduBlog, or to just set up a new blog?
I think EduBlog has got better tools to do what they're talking about. I've done it for a class. I did it with my old 417 class, where I tried to have them kind of write reflections to the blog, and it kind of helps store information like you can upload doc files. It's almost like it can function almost like a wiki page. It kind of has that where we're all contributing content. We're all editors. So I think it'd be better. I can set it up.
Okay, let's try that.
I'm thinking that. Oh, sorry. Go on.
I was just saying let's try that, but go ahead.
I was just going to say, I think in the real world, I don't think a lot of teachers are all grouped into one. Like, they have to consciously make those decisions. So I'm almost thinking, would it be better to have like your own separate blog, just because that's more authentic? But then for the purposes of our group, we would like link to the group blog, or just repost to the group blog. Because are we trying to, like, is the purpose of what we're doing almost trying to just get teachers more familiar with working together online? Is that kind of also a reason? So I don't know.
You can hyperlink. So if you have your own page on the EduBlog and you're writing your own different blog post, you can hyperlink your original blog post to there. So you can either manage content across.
Yeah, and you could do both platforms.
Or do both.
A lot of people have multiple blogs for different purposes, don't they?
I think so. Because who knows, maybe we'll get a following if they wouldn't be invited to our EduBlog,
There you go. All right, so Thor, we'll look forward to, when you get that set up, maybe you can send it out in the email with everybody's.
And I'll put a hyperlink to the URL in Google Docs.
I just want to clarify, Thor, with the EduBlog, though, it's public, like a regular blog. So
it can be public, and just let whoever decides if you want to make it searchable or non-searchable, like, I don't know, for the purposes of privacy, I don't really care, because it ends up being only one or half a person reads it anyway, so I'm not too concerned about privacy.
Right.
Okay. Sounds fun.
So follow your, check your email occasionally, which I think you are, And Thor, I will watch for your questions, and we'll update you on whatever we've set up. Anything else? Come here, boo. See if I can show you my dog. Come here. There she is. Did you see her?
Yeah. What's her name again?
Sheba.
Sheba.
She's
Oh,
about.
that was the name of my dog growing up.
Oh.
Mine too, actually. That's so funny.
She's about 80 pounds and doesn't like to be lifted up, so it's kind of like lifting a horse. Okay, is that it, guys?
Sounds like a good plan, and I guess I'll meet with whoever shows up at 7 o'clock for the remainder of the people.
All
If
right.
you'd like to come back, feel free.
And if we what if we wanted to watch the other conversations? How do we do that? Because, is that what you're recording them for, or?
Yeah, I will send you the link when I get something.
I'm just curious to see how that works. I've never done that before.
Yeah, so are you able to record through the Hangout feature, Joseph?
What I might be, but what I am doing is recording on Camtasia, just because I know a little bit better. And so I'm looking at my PC where I'm on Google, and that's my the one you're seeing. Then you see my UMdWP hat, I guess, at the bottom, and that's on my Mac. And on the Mac, I've got. No, Thor just did something. Open capture smile.
Yeah, what is this? Capture?
Capture, I'm trying out, looks like pictures.
So do we push open?
Yeah, maybe. That's...
So what does this do?
I'm not sure what.
I see a bunch of little cameras down at the bottom. I don't know what
Yeah,
that's
maybe
for.
take a picture of yourself.
I think it does, yeah.
Oh dear, I just. It makes it so you stop.
Oh, yeah.
Wait, I'm confused. Where do all the pictures go? Oh, view photos. Oh, okay. So I think you can click up to the top right and view them. Yep, there's my lovely one.
So I'm going to everybody's blog posts or blog pages, and not everybody has the ability to be followed. Like Thor, you don't have a like I don't know how to subscribe to yours.
I'll figure that out. I wasn't really imagining followers. So I will add the feature to where you follow. I'll try that.
Okay. And for those who are creating a blog, don't forget to add that feature to yours too.
Let us know if you can't. Or let me know, and I'll let someone know. Okay?
The end of the...
That's the end of the session.
All right, bye, everybody.
Bye.
Bye.